Good morning, stamping, scrapbooking peeps. It's time for our Facebook Live. Unfortunately, I couldn't do our Facebook Live yesterday. I usually try to do it Friday at 9:30 because I was at work and I was becoming BLS certified. They had to do the skills check. And needless to say, I am CPR. Well, I don't know if it's considered CPR, but it is called BSL certified. So if you were to have a problem here in the studio, I should be able to help you. I'm not sure I would remember it in a panic, but well, I'm supposed to be certified. So try not to, have a cardiac arrest in my studio, because that would be that would be kind of tragic for all of us. So anyway, no, I'm just kidding. We would hopefully have the necessary skills to get you through it. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Tracy. Oh, yeah, BLS. You're right, Barb. It is. I think that's the new acronym. They don't call it CPR anymore. Yeah, you're gonna have a heart attack after buying the whole book. I know, that's about it. Yeah, no doubt. It's really pretty cool. So good morning, Renee. I saw Ruby on here. So I am caffeinated, so hopefully I won't talk so quickly that we can't get through this Facebook Live. But I stopped for coffee on my way home from work this morning. It was an extremely nice night. It was very quiet. We had no drama, no problems. All the instruments were working, so it was wonderful. Let's keep our fingers crossed that tonight will be the same, because maybe on my break I can get my calendar figured out for the upcoming classes. So I need to get that out before the expo. I've been trying to get a few things ready for the expo. For those of you that are local, don't forget Friday and Saturday of next week, I think that's the 3rd and the 4th, is the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo down at State Fair Park, and I will be having a booth. Make sure that you stop by and look me up. As promised, last week we had a winner. If I said that if you liked or shared or commented on the video, I would draw from the names, and to send you the card with the little cat and my last 2 remaining tickets. So Kathy R., you are the proud recipient of the card and tickets to the Scrapbook Expo. If you can't use them, pass them along to a friend. So I'll be sending that out on Monday morning. So let's see, what else can I tell you? Lots of fun things coming up. Like I said, I was getting ready for the Scrapbook Expo. I've got some card samples and things like that we're gonna have an awesome display board and things like that. So one of the things that I needed to tell you about too is, one of the things that I am working on for the expo is these are our wood cases. And one of the things that I did this morning before getting coffee was I stopped by Menards to get some drawer pulls. So when these are attached, Rob doesn't know that this is his project for today, but we are going to attach these to the case, and I'm going to fill it with adhesive, and you can purchase these adhesive cases from me at the Scrapbook Expo. Now, here's something that's even cuter. So this is new paper. I should actually probably just, hold on. Let's turn you guys around so you can see this in real life. You can see my face this morning. That's just not always good. If you notice my desk, I've had all the stuff from last week is still here. Been kind of busy. So look at this paper. Isn't this cute? How cute is this paper? It would make adorable little adhesive cases. I mean, scissors for those of us that will be at the Scrapbook Expo. Isn't that so stinking cute? Oh my goodness. They're just adorbs. So I'm going to use this new paper to make adhesive kits that will be available for sale in my booth on Saturday. I will also have the Winkasera things. I'll show you the guys that next week, and maybe we'll do a Facebook Live from the expo, and I will show you what the Winkasera is. So, but again, let me show you what this is now that you can see it. So this is the little case, and it's got a handle, and I'm filling it with adhesive. So those will be in the booth. So, yes, and let's see here. We're going to have an awesome display board of masculine cards. This is the Best Catch stamp set. This is a card that we will be doing at class on Monday. And this was the scrapbook layout that we did. This is the scrapbook layout that we did this week on Thursday. this is a fun, quick little page using that best catch. So cute, so cute. I'll show you, I'm going to show you how to stamp this just so that you guys can see it. That's my little to-do today. But I want to show you the other layouts that we did. This one is using that new Sentimental Rose on the paper pumpkin. Isn't that cute? Love it. And this was a layout that I used. I was inspired by my friend and fellow demonstrator Rachel Tessman. This is page 1. She had used the paper pumpkin from last month, but I chose to do with alternative things. So isn't that cute? Now this grass is from a die that is I think from last year or the year before on the Easter thing. I saw it on the clearance rack. So if you like grass, make sure that you go ahead and run over to that clearance rack and purchase this die. It's got a little bunny, it's got a cute basket, it's got a little chocolate bunny in it. The Easter eggs are just our balloon punch, and what I did is I snipped off, used the scissors to snip off the little piece that you tie, when you blow up and tie with. I can't even remember what that's called. Can you tell I'm caffeinated but not definitely awake? So all right, let me show you my little show and share today. I am using some of our wood grain paper that's on the retiring list. This paper is awesome. It is got many different textures and colors. For those of us that are married to wood floor guys, I'm gonna have to make sure that I get a couple of these because they're awesome. They're just so cool, especially for any of the masculine stamp sets. That new Let It Ride stamp set looks really good with these wood grains. So let me just show you what I did to make a fun image on my scrapbook page. So let me show you again what it looks like. So this is what we're going to do today. I'm using the Best Catch stamp set as well as that ever popular Waterfront, which is probably one of my most favorite stamp sets in the catalog. Now I'm going to stamp my Fly Fisherman here. Whoop. Now, I do notice that on mine, I have a little lip. So I don't know if I'm going to need to take and go and that gets some over inkage. I don't know if I'm going to need to trim that off or just be a little more careful about it. I just used my a wipe to wipe that off. Of course, you saw that I'd use my finger, but I would probably use a wipe. Now look see, I got a little inkage and I will have to, let's turn it over. Paper has two sides for a reason. I'm sure that never happens to any of you. You're always have it perfect. See, I'm gonna probably go and get my scissors, my old craft and rubber scissors, and clean that up. That shouldn't be there. It's just a little bit too much. And maybe I'm pushing too hard. I don't know. But let's try it again. Woohoo! Much better. Okay, so that's my Fly Fisherman. Now it's time. I always start with the mountains because the mountains are probably the base. I'm going to use gray granite. Okay, let's get this. So now for my mountains, I'm going to stamp one, and I'm going to stamp it again by lining up this one in here. And you'll notice, so that gives me the mountain range. And if I line it up again and use this, can you see this? This little mountain peak, and line it up with this peak, what it gives me is a taller mountain. Do you see how that works? So slick. And then I'm just going to stamp it in the center here without re-inking. And oh, that one's pretty light, but what it gives you is, what it gives you is that kind of that background, like the mountains are fading off into the distance. So, all right, let's stamp some grass. We need a meadow in our mountain range. And I don't remember if I stamped off on here, but I'm going to stamp off because it's always easier to add extra versus taking off. There we go. So there's our grass. So now the water. We're fly fishing in a stream or a lake, And I found that Balmy Blue works great, but I did feel like I needed to stamp it off because I want it fairly light. And so what I did was I stamped here, and then I'm going to fill in. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to stamp in here, overlapping just a smidge. Same thing. I'm going to stamp over here, overlapping just a smidge. Do you see how that works? I'm going to do one more here. I'm going to stamp off. So there's our lake. And then there's this other one that could be grass, but I'm going to use it as water ripples, and I'm going to go straight on that one. So that looks like, you know, kind of cool, hey? Then we're going to add some trees, because you got to have trees. And I'm going to stamp here. I'm going to stamp here. And I want some really tall trees, so I'm going to kind of almost double stamp those. Kind of see how that works. Isn't that cute? There is no right or wrong with this stamp set. I adore this set. It is so fun. And let's bring some here. Maybe put a few back behind our fisherman. Now, the fisherman itself is kind of like a sketch. If you look real close, it looks more like a sketch. I wanted it to look like an actual shadow. So I went and took my smoky slate marker, and I just colored him in so it looks more of a shadow versus a sketch. Does that make sense? Just colored him in a little bit. The boys were fishing yesterday, Thursday and Friday, and they said they caught some, but I think at this time of year you got to catch and release. I don't know the rules, but so yeah, they had a good time. So that is what my little image. Now this would look really cute on a card instead of a scrapbook page. Can you imagine, right? So cute. Add some other embellishments here, add your saying. I went ahead and added my fish, and I added some of these other elements like the cattails and the fishing krill and the hat. Added some fish. Now, one of the things that, I don't think I have a fish here to try it, but if you have your fish, and you'll notice that mine are strung on a stringer. Yeah, it is a real pain to get the cotton thread through that hole, that fish hole. Actually, let me show you what I actually mean. Let me just die cut one for you real quick. I just so happen to have the die here. I just need another plate. Let me grab one. Because this is gonna rock your world. It's so cool. Oh, and of course, it's not the magnetic one. Dang. Seriously. Y'all got big plans this weekend? How about shoveling snow? What's up with that? I have the wood burner going in the studio because it's cold. All right, so I have my fish. Let me show you. This is so incredibly cool. All right, so I have my fish, and if you shop at one of the grocery store, Walmart, whatever, these are the Dentec floss threaders. They're for your bridges or your implants. I think I'm not quite sure how they use them in real life. I think it's to actually get like floss through your bridges. I don't know. All I know is I use them for stamping. So here's what is so incredibly cool. So you have these threaders. I am just going to stick my thread through the loop here. So it's like that. Now watch. So I'm going to thread it through my fish, and it is threaded up. Isn't that so stinking easy? Love it. So let me show you it again. So you just add your thread or your floss or whatever you're using here. These are the baker's twine, and run it through the fish, and it's threaded up. So cool. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, good morning, Amy. So that is how you are going to go ahead and put your fish on a stringer. And that's what we got. Cute little scrapbook page. Let me show that to you again. Awesome. Now this one, all I did to get this multicolored, this is a die that looks like this. And it just cuts out cattails. What I did was I just used the brush tip of my marker and just colored in the tips so that it looks like it was multicolored. Pretty simple. So yeah, scrapbook layouts class, I do that once a month. We do 4 pages, it's $25. And again, like I said, and usually what I do is, like, if you come to class, I will, most people, myself included, do double page spreads. We do 1 single page spread. No, I take that back. We do 1 double page spread, so page 1 and page 2, that was the Easter one. And then we do 2 single pages. Now, I usually stamp scrapbook in double page layouts. So what I do is I go ahead and give my attendees extra paper of this and extra paper of this, probably have them cut out some extra fish and maybe an extra one of these, so that when they get home and they choose actually or putting their photos in there, they can go ahead and add the extra features, the different embellishments and things on that second page to make it an actual 2-page layout. What I found is, like, my first page is usually embellishment heavy, and the second page has more pictures, and that way I don't feel guilty about having you do you know, like, you probably have more pictures, so you don't need all the embellishments, so that way I don't have to feel like I'm, you know, I can charge you, we can do more pages and I don't have to charge you for those extra pages. So that's just my philosophy, and I'm sticking to it. So, I mean, again, things can change, but that's what we're doing right now, is 1 2-page layout and 2 single-page layouts. So, again, we do that usually on the second or the third or fourth Thursday of the month. It's open house style. You can drop in. I usually do make up a couple extra kits, so in case someone can't make it, some of my regulars can't make it, I would have those for purchase. So again, if you're interested in getting a kit to go, just let me know and we will chat soon. Oh, Renee, you're going, sitting in the truck. Well, it is like 37 and we've got 7 inches of snow forecast for this afternoon. Ella was supposed to have a soccer game, but I am pretty sure that it's going to be canceled. So, or at least I hope it's going to be canceled. I think that would be a good one to send Rob to if I'm really tired and I couldn't possibly make it to the game. So anyways, I would much rather stay here in my warm little studio and do a little stamping. I got to get ready for the expo. So hopefully you guys can stop in and say hi at the booth. I make sure that you let me know if you need a copy of the new catalog. But yeah, that's kind of what I got going on. Stop by and see what I've been working on in the studio at the expo. So, and again, class on Monday. Hopefully y'all can make it. Thanks. Toodles.